Hey everybody, over at Tom Clancy's Central, my name is Retro, and today we've actually gotten a new patch for this game, easily the biggest we've seen so far. This is a 5 GB title update, and there was actually tons of stuff done in this patch. It's definitely most impressive. I haven't actually played the game yet since the patch. I can't wait to go on after this video and actually go and give it a shot, but there were so many things fixed, it's absolutely unbelievable. I'm not going to cover everything because obviously that's a little unrealistic considering there's easily 40 of little patch notes listed. So I'm going to go over the most important ones and I'll link them down below in the description. So the first thing I want to note is that it's 5 GB, which is pretty big for a title update. So if your internet speed is slow, I mean, you might have to wait a while, but it's definitely be worth it in the long run because they did add a few fixes. One thing that I believe to be the most important is when you get the Rebel skill, which allows you to actually spawn in the vehicles. One of my friends who's an expert at this game actually has this issue a lot. You can choose what vehicle you want to spawn in. And if you have that skill all the way upgraded, you could choose whether you want a car, a motorcycle, a helicopter, and that's really helpful because even if you level it up, you might not always want a helicopter. Because at least when I've played, you get a helicopter every single time if you have that skill maxed out, which is definitely unfortunate, and I thought that really should have been fixed, so I'm glad that they actually did fix that. Also, you could turn off the radio in cars, which might sound like sort of a minute thing, but when going into really quiet missions where you want to go and just stealthily invade the enemy's base, it can be distracting at times. So I'm definitely glad that they fixed that as well. Now also, this thing I noticed, again I haven't played the game yet with this update, but let me know if you guys actually noticed a big difference. Apparently the NPCs from the convoys will exit the vehicles differently. Apparently they said they weren't exiting correctly, so this might make those missions either easier or harder, I'm not exactly sure. But either way, I mean, man, with the convoys, if you really can get that system down and the NPCs exit differently now, you might be able to finish these in half the time, I don't know. Because again, if you think about it, there are certain times where the driver would kind of sit in there, the passenger would sit in there when he really it wasn't supposed to. There'd be people in the vehicles in the front and the back. The vehicle might have been blowing up and they would still sit in there. There was a lot of buggy, kind of glitchy moments, and although I can't really pinpoint exactly what I found wrong with it, it just didn't feel like a smooth gunfight. So if they were able to fix that, it might cut down those convoy missions, the time limit at least of them, on a huge level, which could be really, really good. Now, there also were just tons of general graphics fixes, tons of audio fixes. They also said that they would focus on textures that were really low quality, which I did notice. I noticed that significantly, so I'm really glad that they went out and fixed it, because to be honest, it was definitely irritating while playing this game. I spent $60 for popping in characters that would just pop in as you were driving the car down the road. There'd be bushes and trees and shrubs that looked like they were from 1995. So, I mean, I'm glad that they really went out and, kind of ironed these things out. Also, on the PC, there were a lot of performance issues tackled. Again, I'm not an expert on PC parts and stuff like that, but you can look down below in the description and see the full detailed list. I'd rather just summarize it instead of sounding ignorant, so I'm not going to sound ignorant. Let's stick to that. So if you guys are interested, links down below, and it's all the detailed stuff that they did in terms of graphics, but I'm just happy to know that they're still actively fixing stuff and making this game feel more like a $60 purchase, which is exactly what I wanted. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you guys did, definitely go ahead and drop a like. We really would appreciate it. My name is Retro. Thank you guys so much for all the incredible support recently. We're almost at 500 subscribers. I mean, we're getting there, man. So if you guys are new here and you guys want to hit that subscribe button, feel free to do so. Also, join our Discord, link down below. Thank you so much as always. I'll see you all in the next one. Later.